Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. So today, like I said, I'm coming with the Fairy Wishes Deluxe Card Collection, which is the members free gift at Hunkydory at the moment. I think it was released about 2 weeks ago maybe. Yeah, because I ordered it about 2 weeks ago and it took about a week to come. So yeah, it's about 2 weeks ago. I got the deluxe kit, so I've got the actual topper collection, I've got the adorable scorable, I've got the inserts and papers, and I've also got like a little book, so it's like about half size little book with these gorgeous images in. I'm going to be playing with Anthony's favourite colour, the purple, today. So and you can see these are not young fairies, you know, these are perfect for your slightly older kids, sort of maybe even teenagers, adults. You know, these are grown-up fairies. So we've got 3 sort of nice sized toppers on there. We've got another piece here we can use as a topper if we want to, and then I mean, look at the foiling on that. That is gorgeous. Beautiful piece of cardstock there. So let's pop that to the side. I have put myself a note today so that I know what I'm planning on doing. And oh no, I don't need that first of all. She says she knows what she's doing, and then she does something completely different. Yeah, so I've put a note today, so hopefully I shouldn't get too sidetracked. So the first card, both of these are going to be done with the 6x12 300 GSM cardstock. I know there's a couple of people that have commented on YouTube that I haven't answered to. I will get that done today, so apologies about the delay. So I'm going to be scoring at the 6-inch mark on here, and then I'm going to be folding that over. Actually, while I'm here, because the second card I'm going to do is going to have the same fold, I'll do the same on there. Just give that fold over at the 6-inch mark, and I'll pop that to the side for later. So that's just one job done. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and I'm going to cut. I'm going to put my score line at the 1-inch mark. That's that one. No, that's one. Or should I go with 2? Let's go with 2. So I'm going to put my score line at the 2-inch mark, and then I'm going to take this second piece here, and I'm going to take that to 2 as well. So I've got 2 pieces. We turn that around like so. So I'm going to put some acetate in the middle, and we'll sort of have a little bit of a floating effect. Let me give that a good press down with this porcelain folder thing, because it just sits quite nice if I do that. So the acetate I'm going to be using, this is the thicker acetate from Crafter's Companion. It's a pack that I had around the house, so that's the one I'm going to use. It does come with a coating on it to keep it nice and you know, sort of not scratched. And it is, on one side it's about 2mm shorter than 6, so I've cut it to 6, and it's 6 by just shorter than 2mm. So that's going to go onto there. Actually, it'll go on the front because we're going to hide all of our layers underneath it. So let's put that to the back. I need to do layers for the back because you're going to be able to see through it. I need to do layers for the top, and I need to do layers for the bottom. And this kit has the gold foiling, or at least this topper does. So I'm going to start with my usual one for the back, and we're just going to take 2 notches. Just doesn't look like that's 2 notches, but there you go. And then I'm going to take 2 notches again. So that should be a 2 notches under 6 square. That looks a little rough there, so I'm just going to, let me just grab. So sometimes when your machine or your cutter isn't cutting so well, sometimes it's just because there is gunk in the well. No, that's a pen, so it's not the thing I thought it was. Here we go, this is one. So you can see why I'm confused. Exactly the same, but this is what should be pricker, yeah. So this is what I use for my dotty design. It came with a kit from Create and Craft. And I can just run that through. If you've got anything that's like a little bit of a point, just clean that gunk out. And that should hopefully help. Might be another reason why it wasn't cutting so well the other day. Let's just go back in here. Just take that off. Just take another slither off. Oh, this is not going well at all, is it? Right, let's try another piece. If not, I'm going to swap to a different trimmer. I might have to swap to my old one, or I might grab the Hunkydory one. That's quite nice. I'm not quite sure why that other piece didn't. Maybe it wasn't so happy. Sometimes things happen, don't they? Right, okay. So I'm just checking that's going to fit nicely onto there. I've just got a lovely little border all the way around. And then again, I'm going to cut this piece to 2 notches under the 6. And I'm going to cut 2 pieces and just line it up on this side because I've got a 2 here. And I'm just going to take 2 notches off the 2. And I want 2 of those for the front pieces. Okay, and then we've got a spare piece for another day. And then I think let's come in with the cardstock here. And we need to come in at 5 3/4. So I'm going to take that. And then these pieces here, they need to be 1 3/4. So we're taking another 2 notches off, so it's 4 notches off the 2, which ends up as 1 3/4. And again, I'm just using that other side to guide me. And that's going to be my top and bottom pieces. Now this piece is going to be too small. So what I'm going to do is bring in the papers that come with the inserts. So you've got 2 of everything because that's what the kit has. And we've got sort of patterned on that side, lovely floral patterns. And on this side we've got the sort of star sparkly sort of look. And I think I'm going to come in with the purple. I'm not sure if this is going to cut on my trimmer well. It usually doesn't, but we'll see how it goes. So we're going to go to 5 3/4. Right, being gentle, and it did work. And then again, just pulling it back, 5 3/4. Okay, and that should fit nicely onto our gold piece. And it does, and I'm just going to double check that those fit nicely onto there. And then those fit nicely onto there. Okay, and then the same for that one. And then that one will go on the top. Yeah, okay, I'm happy. We've got all of those bits, and now we can start to assemble. So I think I'm going to do the back pieces first of all, because then it's just going to be easier once that's on to assemble the front, because we've got that bit of sticking the acetate on, so that's a little bit more technical. The glues I'm going to be using, so for this gold mirror on the back, I'm using the Kalau all-purpose glue, and for my corners I'm using the Kalau tacky glue, which I did get some from Crafter's Companion in the end. I did look on some of the places I was suggested, but unfortunately they was out of stock. And then I kind of had the choice of spending £5 on eBay, or I could buy them for £15 on three for £15 on eBay. Or if I got 3 from Crafter's Companion, not only did I get free delivery, I also got a sampler set of pens, which was the members gift at the moment. Apparently they had a members gift, so I got the samples of pen, and what came with it was one illustrator pen, one classique pen in black, and the illustrator pen was like a pink MG4 I think it was, and then there was an aqua pen as well, which I didn't look at the colour of, but I gave those to my sister because she's collecting those pens. I am weaning myself off those pens now and moving on to Copics, just because getting the replacement ink is a lot more reliable. And I just put the dots on the corner here because it's a paper, and this has a water content to it, the or tacky glue, and it would make that paper bubble up over time. So right, so like I said, with the Crafter's Companion acetate, it does have a coating on it, so I'm not sure what side it is on, so it doesn't look like it is. So I'm just using my pokey tool to scratch, and you can sort of get a feel, and then you can see this clear film comes off, and underneath you've got this perfectly bright acetate. Okay, and then to stick that onto my card, what I'm going to do is bring in my tape here. This is my red liner tape, and I'm going to want this white piece as well in a minute, so I'll just get that ready. And I just find that this red liner tape is the most reliable for sticking this acetate down. So this is the thin one, so I am going to use 2 strips. I will put some PVA glue in there as well, which will stick to it, but it does take quite a long time, I found, to sort of go off, and it can come unstuck a little bit as well, which is makes it a little bit unreliable, which I don't like. So but the combination of the two seems to be working really well for me at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to take this, let's have a look. So I want it on the 6-inch side going lengthways, so I want it the same inches, same length as the card, although it wouldn't really make a difference if it's not. I'm just gonna eyeball that up. Okay, so if I'm gonna try and do it this way, sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just gonna make 2. Actually, might not go up quite that far. 2 little tabs that are going to stick out the sides. I'm going to put my tacky glue in the middle. I'm going to bring this acetate onto this side more than that, so that we can get that lined up with the bottom and the sides. Just get that into position. And then if I pop that down there, you can see that silly tab that's gone underneath, and I've come over a little bit here, but I'll just chop that piece off, and then if I lift that up just a little and grab that tab back, and we're there. Okay, you can see, even though I've tried very hard to get that straight, it's not, but it's quite forgiving, this technique, because it's all going to be hidden behind our layers anyway. I'm just going to take that piece off there. What I might do is just come under a little bit here, just because that will then go underneath my layers. Just carefully, just cutting that little bit of acetate off, and it's going to look a little messy until all the layers go on, but it will be fine. Now I also find that this bit here, the bottom piece, is the tricky bit, So, and the reason why I'm putting that behind is because I'm then trapping that acetate between my layers, which means I don't have to have any red liner tape showing on the back. So it just makes my card a little bit tidier. And I'm being rather clumsy with this, so I do apologise. I haven't made one of these in a while, to be fair, but even so, my hands are still not working as well as they used to before I had that blood test. And I'll just put that on there. And again, so this needs to be lined up with the bottom of my card. So this is the most important piece. Let's make sure that stays down this time, because we want our card to be able to fold nicely. Oh, it's moving again. And again, that tab is snuck underneath. I'm just going to grab it with my pokey tool this time. Come on, you. That's it. Right, so that should be enough for me to just grab that end. There we go. So now I can just pull that away, and that's going to be in position. Okay. So not sure why that wanted to be more harder than it usually is, but hey ho, we'll just go with the flow. And again, we're going to come with this red liner tape because we've not punished ourselves enough for one day. It just sticks better on here, to be fair. And what I'm doing is I'm just making sure that that is within the confines of my layer, because if I go too close to the end or too close to the top, when I pop this on the top, it will show. So if I make sure I'm staying where the gold is going to be, I'm going to get a much better result, she says, hopefully. So again, so that's cutting it pretty close, but I think we'll be okay. And this one, go around a bit there. And you can see from the glue underneath, it's not horrifically messy, but it's better to, if you can do it, think ahead and just get that hidden. You know, the card is going to turn out a little bit nicer. You'll be a bit happier with it as well. Okay, so again, we will try our tab trick. And the key, I think, is to make sure that they are given a really good burnish. Come on. And again, I'm going to use a little bit of this tacky glue just for a little extra. And then I'm coming over, just keeping that nice and straight. And then when I'm happy, I'm going to press that down at that end. See, this is how it's supposed to work. Well, at least I've showed you at least once. Okay, so that's that piece there. And then again, we'll do the same thing on this side. Give it a really good, let's try burnishing it with our porcelain, see if that makes a difference. And it's just creasing the actual coating, the sort of red tape, red protector tape on the top. So let's just make sure they stay down. Again, we'll pop this on, sort of maneuver it into position without pressing anything. And then we can press down, take that off, and off we go. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about any more red liner tape, because we're just going to come in with our pieces. So we can do with our normal ones now, which is our all-purpose and our tacky. Just give it a good press down. And if you didn't want to use any papers on the inside, you could just put an insert if you've got like a sort of delicately covered insert. You know, that wouldn't look amiss in the middle either, because like I say, you can only see this bit here, and then once the topper goes on, you won't even see as much of all that as well, because we've got our topper to come on next. Okay, so deciding which fairy to use. This one's got the foiling on that matches that, but then so's this at the top there. So I think I'm going to go for the close up fairy. Let's pop her out, and I'm going to go with for someone special. So just that there. So let's see, I don't think I'm going to be using the gold frame again. So, because I want there to be that, you know, I've gone to all the trouble, and it has been trouble, believe you me, of getting that acetate in there. So I do want that sort of feeling of her floating, flying, sort of that effect to not be lost by putting the gold there. So let's pop that out. And quite a collection of those. And I think I'm going to go on that side, and then we will have this. Or we could have, no, we'll stay with this, I think. And I was just thinking about changing the greeting to one with a bit more white in. Let's just check the, yeah, I think I actually do prefer that birthday girl one better, because we could come up a little bit like that. We wouldn't put any foam pads behind there, because we don't want that showing through on the other side. So let's grab some pads. I think I'm pretty much going to go, actually we'll chop these down. These are the 1mm squares, and I'm just going to make some thin strips. So what I'm going to do with this one is going to turn it over, and then I'm just going to put those foam pads where they're not going to be seen. And another one if it wants to come off. Come on. There. So, and again. There. Let's go outside. So I did have word that my second parcel is on the way, and I did get email from Royal Mail to say it was on the way as well. So I was watching Dan this morning, Dan and Anne-Marie, with that beautiful collection, the decollage with the flowers, which I love, saying about the changes that they were making to their parcels, and that we were going to be getting email notifications through Royal Mail. It's going to be slightly faster, and you know, so on. So I did think like my last couple of parcels had been a bit slower than usual from them, so that's obviously why they were putting this, you know, so why it was slower, as they were putting these new things into place. But at least we know why now. That's fantastic. So I'm just going to pop that on. Now I'm popping this in the centre. I don't know why I decided to spit on there. Apologies if you did see that. Just going to pop that in just so that I know where this is going to go. And again, I'm going to pop her upside down so we can make sure we're putting pads where they're not going to be seen. So if I pop them on the lines, and then I know I can pop some little ones. There you are. Right, because I want to give it as much strength as I can, because this is going to be the only points at which this is holding on to our card. So I want to give it a chance of arriving in the mail properly if I'm sending it. And again, and I could have done some strips with the other bits, but these have got to be used as well, so it's no problem. So we're nearly done with this card now. I just need to pop this layer on, pop a little sentiment on, and maybe some gems, I think. Oops, sticking to it. You'll have to let me know what you think of the decollage. It's been a while, I think, since they did a floral one, so I was pleased to see them. And it's you know, it is beyond stunning. You know, it's next level. It is gorgeous. I definitely want it. Might be sort of towards the end of the month though, because there's a really big sale on at Spellbinders at the moment. And there's quite a few embossing folders and some glimmer plates that I want, because they're only like a £5, which is really good for a Spellbinder plate. So I can't have both. Let's look back on there. Yep. Yeah, so I can't have both. Can't be greedy. So I might wait until the end of the month for the decollage, and maybe something else by then as well. So okay, so I'm just going to pop this in, just using that gold layer as a guide, and I've done both of these layers at 1mm. So you remember I said last time that I am going to sort of reduce my layers down a bit while I'm doing this challenge, because people may want to post them, so I'm just easing that out as carefully as I can, and it's not really wanting to come, but there we go, we've got it. Pop that to the side, and then this again, I think let's pop it the right way around so I know where I'm going with these pads. I'm just going to pop a couple on that bottom, maybe one there. Again, this is more just to give it a good bit of support and connection to my card, rather than making sure it's all at one level. Just peeling these backs off, which have been a little bit awkward. Okay, so I'm just a little bit of glue on, just to give me a bit of wiggle time, a bit of extra strength to these pads. And I'm going to pop that going up. And then I'll bring out these gems that I had the other day, actually, because they're right on the top. And they're really lovely deep purple, so that's going to show up really nicely on here. So I think what I'm going to do, let's see. I think I'm going to come around this frame and just on each point, if my glue decides to, I have filled it back up, so it shouldn't be doing this. It's just being naughty now. So I'm just going to just pop a little dot just on these frame ones. And I might come in with some smaller ones as well. I've got my pick up tool. I think this size probably is going to be quite a nice size. And these would have come from AliExpress, I believe, and maybe Temu. I do quite like Temu. but I don't like that they make me spend a certain amount. Although saying that, they are really good. Like I bought a load of plastic wallets to start really organising and tidying my dies and trying to reduce the amount of paper that I'm storing, because at the moment a lot of my dies, especially the Crafter's Companion one, they're all in the Crafter's Companion packets they come in, which is quite a thick card. So I thought if I could reduce down the amount of card I'm storing, because the plastic is obviously a lot thinner. So I've been working on that, and I've thrown away like about 3 massive boxes full of card. Obviously it's gone in recycling, not thrown away, but 3 massive boxes of card so far. It's a little bit more than I wanted on there, but I'm just going with the smaller ones now. And I've got a small one on there already. Actually, I might just take some of that off with a teeny tiny dauber. So just quite a big blob there, so I'm just gonna pick a little bit up. That should be okay. And I can pop one on there, one here. And it's just gonna make this frame pop a little bit as well. And one there. One there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, have I got? Let's see if I can just put 2 more. I don't like 13. Unlucky number. Let's go. So there's a little one there that I've missed. It's 14. And then we'll go here. That's 15. Here we go. Okay. So if I wanted to, sorry if that click went loud. If you wanted to, you could put a little panel underneath here to see, this is rocking up a little bit there, and it shouldn't be because that's the alcohol glue. We'll smooth it down, hopefully it will just settle. Maybe there's a little bit of a lump there, but you can just do a little section of insert for people to write on. You could even just do it as a bar along there, and then it would still be hidden, or people could write on the back. But that is our first card, number 1. Also you could add gems in the corner if you really wanted to, but I'm just going to keep it like that. Okay, so I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so I'm just bringing in this blank that we folded over earlier, which is now a 6x6 card from that 300 GSM white card. That is the cardstock I get from Paper Cuts at the moment. It seems to be quite a good deal there. I'm quite happy with it. Okay, so I'm going to be doing my normal, I think there's 2 ways I could do this. I'm going to start with a little bit of a background. So I'm going to take 2 notches all the way around off this 6x6. I'm just checking that. Yeah, it should fit on there quite nicely. Yep, nice thin border. And then I'm going to bring back it in this paper that we used before with the purple sparkles on. And I'm going to bring this to 5 3/4. So that's going to go on to there as a layer. Okay, then we can pop those bits to the side. I'm going to bring in another piece of gold, and I think, how wide is that border there? I think we're fine. So I think 1.5 times 3 is going to be 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.5, which is going to leave 1.5. So I think that's going to be a bit much. So I'm going to go to I think I'm going to go to, let's try 1 3/4. 1 3/4. And then 1 3/4. And I am going to trim down the length of these. Actually, that's going to move. So where's my tape on? Just buried it under here for me. There we go. I may have to trim these down again. I'm hoping not. Let's just get that nice and straight along that line. Okay. And then the lengthwise, I'm going to come to 5.5. 5.5. And then just before I do anything else, what I want to do is just pop these on, just see whether I'm going to have a nice gap there, and I think that's going to be perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so then they were at 1 3/4, so I'm just going to take another 2 notches off this, so it's 2 notches just above the 1.5. So again, we're using this beautiful foiled, because why wouldn't we? And then we'll take a piece of that as well. So we've still got quite a few decent pieces left of that cardstock. Let's put that out of the way. Oops. Sorry, I've got a drawer out here behind me because I was messing about filling it and taking things out, so I didn't show it, so apologies. It's the banging, not the bailiffs, not yet anyway, although if I keep buying craft stuff it may well be. Okay, so let's come in. We're going to use that dotty tape pen again. Put a bit extra on this time. Again, I am going to go with this all-purpose glue. It should be fine. It's never usually been a problem before, but a lot of it's going to be hidden anyway, so even if there is a problem, I don't think you're going to see it. Okay, so I'm just floating that into position, and I'm just going to give that a really good press down so I can feel the ridges of the glue under there. So let's just give that a good press. Okay, so now we can just go back to our normal glues. If you want to put any ribbon on these panels, then it might be an idea to do that at this point. You know, you might want to put some ribbons going behind here, but that's up to you. Okay, so just again give it a good press down so we get that connectivity. And then we've got all of these gold pieces, so just a question of popping them together. And just put that onto there. And why are these longer? Oh, I've not trimmed these down. Right, let's take that off a second. Apologies. Cut them one way and didn't cut them the other. Oh, glue there. Now the good thing about this glue, this all-purpose glue, is that you can rub it away. She says, getting stuck to it. Now it does go into like little balls, and it will take, if there's any sort of hidden dirt on your finger or anything like that, or ink on the, if it's on a board or anything, it will take it off. And the other thing you can use is your glue eraser. Just give that a little. Alright, that's because I just did the length. That's me. Okay, so I'm just going to put that to the side. And then we just need to come in. We did the other pieces at 5.5, so we're just going to go 2 notches under that. That should be fine, she says. Yeah. So 2 inches and 5.5. And then 5.5. Okay. I told you guys my memory's been really bad since that blood test. Really bad. Okay. So let's come back to the piece we were doing before, and we'll just re-glue that up. Okay. At least you know, if that happens to you, it gives you an idea of what you can do with these glues. Like I say, you can just rub it away. The tacky glue is not so much, but it goes off quite quickly anyway, so you wouldn't have a problem with it sticking to the underside of your trimmer. Although, to be fair, I have cut glue card before and then just rubbed it away from the actual inside of my trimmer, so you know, it swings and roundabouts. We all do it sometimes, don't we? Just forget that odd little step. Okay. And really, in appearance, this card is not going to be all that different from that acetate card. Although you've got the acetate sort of card with the view going through, this is going to have the panels as well, which is going to have a similar kind of look about it, really. Although different, but the same. Okay, so let's look where we want these to be. I don't know if I want to go this way, and then it's going to be really different from my other card. Let's bring our fairy in. I think I am going to use the one with the frame, so I'm just going to carefully pop her out. And we have got that other sentiment here somewhere as well, which we'll locate in a second. And I think my plan originally for this one was to swap the layers around a little bit, so let's see if it's going to work or not. And it's just a little bit tight in there. Okay, so my plan was to sort of have a fairy. I can cut these down so that they're smaller. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's pop them to the side and let's get these on. So these are going on flat. Just to try and not make this card too high. I just want all the height to be in the actual topper itself. You may even see me do some cards without any height on at all at some point. But for now we will go with this. And it's time, just checking the time. Just put that in there, and I might move them just a little closer. And that's the benefit of that glue. Yeah, that's fine. And I've just turned this card around just because it's easier for my eyes. So might have a different way of doing that. Just going to pop that in. Hopefully they're all lined up. Give them a really good squish down. I can see that one is a little bit on the wonk when I turn it around the right way. Yep, I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at this. Is there any pips hanging over? No, there's not. Okay, so let's just grab ourselves some foam pads. I think again we'll go with these ones and cut them off a little bit. Just work our way around. It doesn't really matter where you put them on this because you wouldn't be able to see them behind anyway. So it's not like the acetate card where you've just got to be a little bit careful, which is usually what I forget to do. And just going round. I meant to try and catch the show with the embossing folders today. I haven't done it yet. I'll do it later after Emmerdale. So when I finish this video, what I'll normally do is go and have a little break and then come back, start the editing and do that for as long as I can, and then walk the George, trying to avoid everybody because he's a grumpy old man, don't like anybody anymore. And the next door neighbour, but one or two, there's a little light ginger cat that's been coming round, and yeah, I think there's a pair of them that are in there as special needs in that house down there, and they have people that come in and support them all the time, so, and they're lovely people, you know. Well, I don't see the lad much. I think his name is Anthony as well, but I do see the young lady, and she likes her pets, but she's obviously not allowed to have any. So she's been feeding this cat to encourage it to come round, and it's quite a good looking cat, but it looks like it's had kittens because it's like all saggy around the belly, you know, like when the fur sags. So I don't know if she's just had kittens or whether, you know, she'd had kittens and been nurtured or whatever. It's a pretty new cat on the scene, but because she's been feeding it, it's been hanging around the front, and George, although he used to like Scooby, the cat, Scooby's been gone a number of years now, probably must be about 4 or 5 years now since she sadly got cancer. But yeah, and she keeps lurking out the front because we share remember I told you, I don't know, the path outside our house, it goes 2 or 3 driveway pathways are also to people's houses are also connected to it. So she's been like dumping ham out for it, and I mean like dumping, it's not even like putting ham out. She literally just opens a packet of ham and throws it on the floor, which is a nightmare because you don't want the dog to have it. And but yeah, he's been hanging around, and George is not impressed. And this cat, he's quite bolshy, you know, or she is. I'm assuming it's a she with a stomach like that, but yeah, she's quite bolshy. She's like, don't you say that to me, I ain't moving. And I don't think he would hurt her. I think it's more like he wants her to run so he can chase. So I've just cut these down the middle so that I can pop them in shorter. And what I'll do with this one, I'll just take a little bit extra off. It's all going to be hidden behind our topper anyway, and go nice and flat with it. But yeah, this cat's been challenging him, and oh, he's not happy. But like I say, if he did catch it, he probably would just love on it, you know, like with Scooby. He loved her. They used to quite often sort of settle down together. Right, so I'm just going to lift that up, make sure I've got a similar amount of, what's going on the wonk now? Similar amount of gold there. What I'm going to do is, just because I put all gluey fingers all over it, and because it is the tacky glue, I can just hold that down and just rub that off. And it doesn't take the gold off that tacky glue. It will just dry clear. Okay, so let's just get rid of that. Okay, so this is going to be our rising fairy in the middle, and she does look like she's rising. So what I'm going to do is just, that's going to come there, I think. if I put all of my pads on this middle panel, they're all going to be hidden. So let's just pop on there as well. I might just pop a little half of one. Just because, you know, I am an over-a-deezer. There's probably a support group for me somewhere. The more glue the better. Okay. And then again, gold floating around. Just going to put some tacky glue on. And I'm just going to try and get that so that those points match up in the middle. I might have to go slightly over because we're not quite in the middle. There you go. See, this should have gone, I think there's slightly a bigger gap on this side to there. That's why it looks a little weird, but I'll put that just a little bit over just put that a little bit over just to sort of, because I want that image to be central. I think I'm going to go with the Hunkydory glitter gems for this one. Let's go full on glitter, and I'm going to need a pair of tweezers. Okay, I'm not going to put any extra glue on these, usually I do. I think I'm going to go, oops, pop this one on this corner here, and I know you can use that Hunkydory tool. I know why this is looking a little odd, because this panel's the wrong way around. Look, it's too late now. We will have to make the best, so apologies. It should have been rotated round. We're just going to call it a design. Okay, so we've got 4. I think what I'm going to do, pop one on there, one on there. Okay, move that over just a little bit. There we go. And do we want another? So we've got 6. No, I think we're going to leave it at 6. It's going to have to be an even amount. Okay, so that is going to be our second card. Let me grab, as soon as this is a normal card, I'll grab an insert and got a purple fairy on top, which is lovely. And because this is a 10th-fold card, let's see, is it going to cut on here? Let's press our luck. So I'm just going to go 2 notches under the 6. No, it's not. I feel that's resisting. Let's bring my Mankeel trimmer in. Apologies, it is very old. I'm just going to go again 2 notches under the 6. And again 2 notches under the 6. And we've got another piece of insert paper that we can use some other time. And then I'm just going to open this up. There we go. Just going to pop that in at the top. That little press down. And we've got that there as that sort of leaf sort of effect. So when you make it, or if you copy this design, what I would say is swivel that around so it's still got that makeup of the actual paper. I should have noticed that. Like I say, my concentration at the moment is really off, so I do apologise. I'm not as happy with it as I could be. It still looks nice, it's still a nice card. So but those are the 2 cards that we've made today, or that I've made today. Going to come back next time with the green fairy. We'll go with Mum's favourite colour next. And then we will work our way through that. I'm hoping to work through the whole kit with this one, and then maybe work through a page or 2 of the little books. And like I say, I have got that unicorn kit to work through as well. So I'm really wanting to get on with that one as well. Both really lovely kits, but the unicorn one has got the silver foiling, so I feel like we've been on gold. They seem to, like the beginning of the year, everything seemed to be black foiling, or at least the kits that I'd bought. And then we moved on to the gold foiling, and now I'm ready for a bit of silver. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Happy crafting. Bye bye.